A very good afternoon, children. Well, in today's class of English literature, we shall take the 14th chapter of your text, that is Skylark Horsework, and the name of the lesson is Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore. It's a poem and it's written by William Brighty Rands. Okay, so this poem, as I said, Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore is written by William B. Renz, or you can also say William Brighty Renz. Now let us find out who was William Brighty Renz. Okay, see, William Brighty Renz was born on 24th December 1823. Okay, so he was a British writer, and basically he was one of the major authors of nursery rhymes of the Victorian era. All right, so he was our author, our poet. William Brighty Renz was a philosophical essayist. Okay, and of course he was also a literary critic, a poet. All right, he is mostly remembered now for his children's verses and his 2-volume Chaucer's England. Okay, so this was William Brighty Renz. Okay, now let us see about the story, or the poem rather. This poem, Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore, who was this boy? This boy, the entire poem revolves around this boy, okay, whose name is Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore. Okay, so this is a very amusing poem about Godfrey. See, there's one habit about Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore that that tires everyone around him. Everyone was fed up of him. Okay, and what was that then? See, no matter how much they tell him or beg him or even sometimes spank him, he doesn't seems to improve his habit. Okay, he had one very bad habit, and what was that? We will find about him and his habit in this poem. All right, now this poem is this poem consists of 8 verses, or say 8 stanzas. Now each of the stanzas we are going to read stanza wise stanza, and then accordingly stanza wise I'm going to explain the same. All right, okay, now the first stanza is it goes like this. Please see there. Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore, no doubt you have heard the name before, was a boy who never would shut the door. Yes, now see, as I said, this this poem revolves around this boy whose name is we can say in short Godfrey. Okay, so, and he had a very ill habit, or a bad habit, of not shutting the door. Okay, so what happened was that this, he was the Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore. He was a very stubborn boy who always forgot to shut the door. Okay, now this may not be a very big issue, some might think, but at times it becomes a big issue. So, especially at winter times, just imagine, it's very cold. Every now and then the cold, icy wind keeps blowing in the room, and then you keep the door open. It's really at times it really it irritates you, because the entire, already it's very cold, and then every time the wind keeps blowing, the chilly wind keeps blowing inside, and then it's everyone has to suffer about because of it, isn't it? So at times it becomes a major issue like that, so because of this, through the door, it's because Godfrey always used to keep his door, keep the door open, and even his parents used to remind him to, everybody used to remind him to shut the door, but he was such a stubborn boy. Either he did not listen to them at all, or he always forgot to shut the door. Okay, and through the door the wind would blow, and his parents would have to suffer because of it. Okay, all right, as I told you just now, in winter times, just imagine you keep the door wide open, and the cold chilly winter winter wind penetrates inside your room. It's so suffering, isn't it? You suffer, it's so cold. All right, so he would never shut the door. All right, either he's very stubborn or he would not listen. Okay, all right, now the next stanza says, the wind might whistle, the wind might roar, and teeth be aching and throat be sore, but still he never would shut the door. Yes. Now see. Now what does the poet say is that, see, no matter how hard, no matter how hard the wind would blow, or the intensity, no matter how hard the intensity of the wind may be, or its effect. Okay, the wind might be blowing very hard. Okay, or and the effect of it is what? I mean, not only hard, sometimes it, when the wind blows very hard, it breaks your window pane. And not only that, when as I said, if it is very cold and all, the cold, piercing, icy wind, penetrates inside the room. It's really, 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 suffering thing, isn't it? Okay, you have to suffer, okay, because of chill, cold and all like that. So its effect is not very good. But no matter how hard would be the intensity of the wind or its effect, but still Godfrey would never bother to close the door. You understand? Okay, now let us see the third stanza. So finally what happened? His father would beg, his mother implore, Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore, we really do wish you would shut the door. Now look here, at last what happened? Even his parents, his parents were fed up of him, and then his father and his mother both, his father and mother both would either plead or request, or even if sometimes pleading and request doesn't work. It works sometimes when you plead or when you request someone to shut the door. It works sometimes. But if it doesn't work at all, then you need to order that person, Alright. So similarly, his parents, both his mother and father, was tired of pleading, was tired of requesting, and then finally, they even ordered him to shut the door, because pleading, requesting is of no use. So finally, with great force, they used to order him to shut the door. But still, what? Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore would never ever listen to them. Them means who here? To their parents. Alright, now what's the next stanza? Their hands they wrung, their hair they tore, but Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore was as deaf as a boy at the Nore. Yes. Now what does this stanza says then? See, these line tells us that, Godfrey's parents were extremely troubled by his habit of keeping the door wide open and turning his ears, deaf in spite of their repeated reminding. You understood? Okay. So the lines which I read just now, I'm going to read again. The hands they wrung and the hair they tore, but Godfrey Gustave Gore was deaf as a boy out at the Nore. This means that they were tired. The parents were extremely troubled by his habit of keeping the door open. They were fed up of him. They were tired of reminding him. Alright? But no matter how much you shout at him, or scream at him, or plead at him, or request at him, or shout at him, but Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore would always turn his deaf ears to them. Deaf ears means what? Would not listen to them at all. Alright, now what's the next then? Alright, okay, first see that line. The line, he was deaf as a boy at the Nore. What does this line in this stanza mean then? See here, Godfrey's deafness, Godfrey's deafness to the pleas is compared to the anchored float serving as a navigation mark on the sandbank. Okay, see, this line, was deaf as a boy at the Nore, means what? He was always turning his deaf ears to his parents. Alright, that means he was not listening to them. Okay, now this particular, this Godfrey's deafness to the pleas, to the requests of his parents, okay, is compared to what? To the anchored float. Anchored float means, on the sandbank, some float are anchored to show the, is anchored as a navigation mark on the sandbank. It doesn't move. Okay, it doesn't move from there. It is still there. It stands still there. All right, because it serves as a what? It serves as a navigation mark. Okay, so it doesn't move at all. So like that only, Godfrey was also like that only. No matter how much, how much you scream or shout at him, he would not move from his place and would not listen. You just turn his deaf ears to them. Turning deaf ears means not listening to them. to them means who here? To his parents. Alright, now what was next then? Well, see, and when he walked forth, the folks would roar, Godfrey Gordon, Gustav Gore, why don't you think to shut the door? Now even his friends, even his companions with whom, he used to play, or, he used to go around and all, even these people used to, scream at them. I mean, scream at him rather. Okay, alright. So, even his friends were aware of his irresponsible and ill manners. What was his irresponsibility and ill manners that we are talking about here? His habit of not shutting the door. Okay, so even his companions, even his friends were very much aware of his irresponsible and ill manners. Therefore, at times they used to literally yell at him and insisted him literally to shut the door. Who? His friends. Okay, alright. Now next, let us see the next stanza. They rigged up the shutter with sail and oar and threatened to pack off Gustav Gore on a voyage of penance to Singapore. Okay, now what this line says here, see. Now finally, first of all is that his parents were very keen, to make Godfrey aware of his responsibility. They were very much, they're very much conscious about, improving his habit and all. They really wanted Godfrey to be a good boy and improve his habit and manners. Alright, so his parents were very keen. That means they were very much interested to make Godfrey, aware about his responsibilities. Okay, so what did they do finally? So finally, when nothing worked to, correct Godfrey, so what did they say? As a punishment, his parents decided and threatened him to pack him away from home. Where? On a voyage of penance to Singapore. You understood? Okay, all right. Because as a parents, they wanted Godfrey to be a good boy. He wanted to have good manners and all that. So in order to teach him some responsibilities and to make him, help him to become a good boy or something like that. First of all, what did they do? They decided and they threatened Godfrey. Okay, they threatened Godfrey by saying that they would send him away from home to Singapore on the voyage of penance. That means as a punishment, they would send him away from home to Singapore. Understood? Okay, on hearing this, then what was Godfrey's reaction then? Let's find out. Okay, the next stanza. But he begged for mercy and said, no more. Pray, do not send me to Singapore on a shutter, and then I will shut the door. Now, what is he saying now? Now he's, something started clicking on him. Now he started fearing. Alright, now he started fearing. Now he thought that nothing is doing. His parents is sending him to Singapore as a punishment and they're not keeping him home. Alright, so now what happened? Godfrey was scared after hearing this from his parents, and he started crying and begging them for mercy. Okay, and he prayed them not to send him away from home to Singapore. And in return, what did he promise? What did he promise in return to do? In return, he promised that he would be what? Responsible boy, and would always remember to shut the door. Okay, now to this, what was his parents' reaction? Let's find out. The last stanza of the poem. Well, the stanza says, "You will," said the parents, "then keep on shore, but mind you do, for the plague is sore, or of a fellow that never will shut the door." Godfrey Gordon Gustav Gore. Okay, now when Godfrey Gordon Gustav Gore started, crying and begging in front of his parents, requesting them not to send him to Singapore, and in return, he wanted to improve his manners and habits, and he promised to be responsible, and he would also remember to shut the door always. He said he promised like that to his parents. Okay. Now, in return, what did his parents do? Did they agree to him or no? Let's find out. So, I'll ultimately what happens when he started begging and crying like that, then what did his parents say? His parents agreed to keep him short. That means his parents changed his mind, changed their mind of sending him to Singapore. Okay, only if he kept his promise and learned and continued to be what? Responsible and obedient. Okay, his parents said, okay, we are going to keep you sure. That means we are not going to send you to Singapore only if you really promise us that you will learn and you will continue to be responsible and obedient boy. Okay, all right. Then what do you think was Godfrey's reaction then? Well, obviously he made a lot of promises. Okay, first he said that henceforth I'm going to be what? Obedient. I'm going to listen to y'all always. Okay, and I will also be a responsible boy, and henceforth I will not make anyone or nobody, no one has to make me or remind me to shut the door. All right, okay, without anyone reminding me, I will always what? Keep the door shut and be responsible boy and what? And a obedient boy. Okay, so he promised that. All right. Now, in conclusion, we can say that after reading the whole poem, we can say that in a broader perspective, this poem, Godfrey Gordon, Gustave Gore, it focuses much about the human nature. Human nature. As human, we always delay. Delay or do not give importance to certain things at times, right? So at a time, but when punishment and penance comes to our way, what do? We start to acknowledge the work and start to do it. Yes or no? Okay, all right. So it's a human nature only. We tend to become deliberately naughty, or not listen to them, disobedient deliberately, or sometimes by mistake we tend to forget to do something like that. It's human nature. Okay, but at time when punishment or penance comes our way, if somebody threatens us to punish punish rather, okay, then what do? All of a sudden we start to become good boy or a good girl, or start becoming responsible or obedient. You understood? So it's a human nature. Understood? Okay. Now see, what is the moral of this poem then? What does this poem teaches us? See, the poem, as I said, the poem focused much on the human nature. All right. See, it's okay to be, it's okay for sometimes to forget things. It's okay to forget things sometimes, or do by mistake, or sometimes it becomes a habit, and slowly we regret. And slowly, what happens? We regret to do willingly. Okay, now which can create a hurdle in our life. Yes or no? It's a human nature. First of all, we forget things and all, and sometimes we deliberately pretend to forget and all that, but sometimes, once you make a mistake, second, time and again if you do that, then ultimately this becomes a habit. Okay, and when it becomes a habit, then what happens? All this creates a hurdle in our life. So as a children, we have to obey our elders, and we should never ignore to what our elders say. When I say elders here, it doesn't mean only parents. It also means your elder brother or a sister, or grandparents, or parents, or teachers, or anyone elder to you. So as a children, we should always learn to be obedient, and not only that, we should learn how to be responsible also. Okay. All right. So this is the moral of the poem, and in short, we can say that we should always be what? Obedient and responsible. Okay, so this is the story of the boy Godfrey Gordon Gustave Gore. With the help of his story, we also learnt a lesson today that we should always learn to be obedient and responsible, and which we shall always do. Okay, well, that's all for today. We shall take up another lesson in the next class. Till then, stay tuned and stay safe.